Abend.
Guten Abend, ma'am.
Yeah. Can you all hear me? Okay. Okay. So just wait a couple of minutes for the rest of them also to join in. Okay. And today we are going to be starting with exercises. Okay. So we will be practicing all the exercises for all of the grammatic that we have learned so far. Okay. Yeah. You can just give me uh, one moment. We just wait a couple of minutes, let everybody join in, and then we can start. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Verb and verbs. Yeah. Also, so we are beginning yes. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Am I audible? All
Yes.
right. Okay. So we are beginnen jetzt mit Übungen. Okay. So we are going to be starting with the exercises. So I will share my screen first with you. Okay. You all can solve the exercises, and after that we will discuss the answer. Okay. So clear. So first we will be practicing the pronomen ze or a do. Okay, and I'll put up the answers also on your worksheet. Okay, so after that you can cross check the answers. Clear? But first try to solve it on your own. Depends on whatever you're comfortable with. You can either take a screenshot of the screen and then edit it there itself. Okay, or you all can write it down on in your notebook. Okay, that is out. Okay, also, so whatever way you are comfortable with, you can write down the answers, but make sure you solve it on your own first before we discuss the answers also. So we begin in yes. So can everybody see my screen? Okay, clear. Also, so we begin in zuerst mit dieser Übung D. Okay, yeah, so one by one we will discuss this. Okay, so wir beginnen jetzt mit diesem Übung D hier. Ergänzen Sie zuerst Sie oder du. Okay, so we have learned formelle Frage. Okay, das ist formelle Sätze, formelle Gespräche. All right, so we have learned that formal and informal. So you have to identify now based on whatever the conversation is. Das ist welche Pronomen ist dir richtig? Ist sie richtig oder ist du richtig? So these are those basic conversations that we have where wie heißen sie, wie ist ihr Name und so weiter und so fort. So machen Sie das, danach diskutieren wir die Antworten. Okay. So you all can do this, then we will discuss the answers. Clear? Also, so machen Sie das. Once you all are done, let me know. Okay, then we'll discuss the answers. Okay, good. Clear? Yeah. So first just start with this. We'll discuss this, then we'll go ahead. So like I said, today we are only practicing exercises. We'll not be starting with any new grammatic. Okay. Also, so machen Sie das, danach diskutieren. Ja, sind Sie fertig?
Madam, chat is disabled.
Sorry?
Chat is disabled.
Yeah, I have asked them to enable the chat. They should be able to do it quickly. Yeah, I have already texted them asking them to disable, like enable the chat. So, yeah. Begin and where? Shall we start? Ja oder nein? Alle sind fertig? Okay. Also, so wir diskutieren jetzt die Antworten hier. Moment. Okay. Ja. So, guten Tag. Ich heiße Tobias. Wie heißen Sie? Na? So das ist formell Sie. Es groß. Okay? So, wie heißen Sie? Okay? Ja? Dann weiter. Mein Name ist Werner, Pia Werner. So, formelles Gespräch. Okay? Formelles Gespräch. Wie heißen Sie? Dann weiter. Hallo, ich heiße Pia. Wer bist du? Okay? So, zweite Person ist informal. Pronomen ist du. Okay, dann weiter. Entschuldigung, wie heißen Sie bitte? Okay, again, heißen formal conjugation. Na? So you have to look at the conjugation and identify how they are speaking. So, Entschuldigung, wie heißen Sie bitte? Ich bin Maria Manzoni. Wer sind Sie? Okay, klar. Mein Name ist Daniel Beck. Okay, dann weiter. Wie heißt du? Ich bin Maria. Ich bin Pia. Klar? Anybody has any questions still here? Einfach? Verstanden? Ja oder nein? Okay? Also, klar. Okay, now we will move on to the next exercise. Das ist das. Okay, ergänzen Sie. Okay, ergänzen Sie bedeutet fill in the blanks. Okay, so you have to fill in the blanks with the correct verb that is missing or the correct, okay, basically you have to fill in the blank with the correct verb, the correct noun, whatever you feel is missing in this blank, you have to fill this up. This is according to your self introduction. Okay, so all the basic questions that we have done, wie ist ihr Name, wie heißen Sie und so weiter. Okay, so this is just based on those basic conversations. Clear? So Mackenzie, thus once you all are done, you all can let me know and then we can discuss the answers. Okay, so take your time, make sure you all are understanding it while solving. It's okay if you just write down the answers. Okay, you don't have to write down the entire question because I'll be posting this on your document. If you want to, you can write it, that's also okay, but make sure that you keep like a reference, or you keep the exercise number, the maybe today's date, something that will help you come back to it. Okay, so Mackenzie, das danach diskutieren wir. Okay, yeah. So let me know once you all are done, then we can discuss the answers. Yeah, so Mackenzie, jetzt die Übung A. Okay, Alison Fetish, I'm sorry, I don't know why your chats are not being enabled yet. Just 1 minute, let me just check again. Yeah. All right. Okay, anyway, just sent another reminder. Let's just start. Okay, then we'll see. Okay, so yeah, also, so let's go to Kirian via the important moment. Yeah, also, so hallo, ich bin Maria und das ist Clara. Okay, now warum ist, because it is dritte Person. You're mentioning somebody as a person. Na? So ich bin Maria und das ist Clara. So du sprichst jetzt oder ihr sprecht jetzt mit einer zweiten Person. That is, you are speaking to a second person and introducing someone else. So that is why it is das ist Clara. Okay, Entschuldigung, wie heißt du? Okay, so yeah, wie heißen Sie? Wie heißt du? Okay, dann guten Tag, mein Name ist Tina Kleber. Guten Tag, ich heiße Anne Grams. Okay, dann weiter. Entschuldigung, wie heißen Sie? Grams, Anne Grams. Okay, dann weiter. Guten Tag, ich heiße Daniel Beck und wer sind Sie? Okay, where is who? So in terms of what you are saying here is, okay, who are you? Okay, so wer sind Sie? Okay, then mein Name ist Tina Kleber. Also, Name ist Tina Kleber and then das ist meine Kollegin Frau Hernandez. Kollegin is colleague. Okay, so we've done these now professions. So mein Kollegin ist Frau Hernandez. Okay, then guten Morgen, mein Name ist Anna. Okay, mein Name ist Anna. Wer bist du? Okay, then you can say ich heiße Daniel oder ich bin Daniel. Both is okay. Okay, so yeah. So das dann ich bin Daniel. Wie geht's? Danke gut. Klar? Verstanden? Anybody has any questions so far? Any doubts? Alles okay? All right. Okay, now we will move on to the next questions. Okay, yeah. So just a moment. Just give me. Okay, so just a minute. I'm just in the next few questions. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so wir machen jetzt now diese Frage zum Thema. So this is your self-introduction. Na? Okay, so wir machen alle diese Übungen. So zuerst machen wir 4a und 4b. Both of these that you can see on your screen. Okay, klar? Also, so you can solve this. Once you are done, you can let me know. Then we will discuss the answers. Okay? Yeah. So 4a, it says Fragen und Antworten ordnen Sie zu. Okay, so you have to match this. Okay, you have to bring this in the correct order, like match the following to the question and the answer. And here ergänzen Sie die Fragen. So here, das sind Wörter, where, wie, wo, woher und so weiter. So Beispiel here, that is example here is, ich bin Emma Reiter und wer sind Sie? So ich bin Beate Kotschera. Okay, so you can just fill in the blanks with the remaining. Once you all are done, then we can discuss the answers. Okay, yeah. So machen Sie das, danach diskutieren wir. Okay. Yeah. Let me know once you are done, then we can start. Okay. You can solve both the exercises together. Okay, A and B, and then we can discuss both together. Ja, alles sind fertig. Haben Sie eine Frage? Ja?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, Excuse me. So for the second part, the B part, I
Huh.
had a small doubt. Like, is it wo wohnen Sie or woher wohnen Sie? Or
Nein.
because we generally say wo wohnst du.
Wo wohnst du oder wo wohnen Sie? Ja. With wo. Were you there for the Wayfrager class? The last
I
class?
went through the recording.
Okay,
I
okay.
was busy.
So woher ist immer mit kommen, na? So wohnen Sie ist Position. So das ist wo. Okay? So
Okay, okay.
wo wohnst du? The formal version of that is wo wohnen Sie, na? So wo wohnen Sie ist eine formelle Frage. Informelle Frage ist wo wohnst du?
Okay.
Okay? Ja. Alle sind fertig? Anybody still solving? Should we discuss? Okay? Also, gut. Okay, so Antwort hier ist, wie heißen Sie? F, mein Name ist Victoria Kunze. Okay, dann weiter. Woher kommen Sie? Now, formelle Frage. Na? So, this will be aus Irland und Sie. Okay, Irland is Ireland. So, aus Irland und Sie. Then, wo wohnen Sie? In. So, wo wohnen Sie? In Stuttgart und Sie. Okay. Dann welche Sprachen sprechen Sie? Das ist B. Englisch und Deutsch. Okay? Ja, dann weiter. Wer bist du? Wer bist du? C. Emilia. Okay? Woher kommst du? Aus Brasilien. Und du? Okay? So, informelle Frage. The second question is und du. Formelle Frage ist und sie. Okay? And then, wo wohnst du? In Berlin und du. Okay? Dann das ist weiter. Ich bin Emma Reiter. Wer sind Sie? Okay? Dann ich wohne in Salzburg. Wo wohnen Sie? Okay, so die Frage hier ist, wo wohnen Sie? Auch in Salzburg. Okay, auch ist also, na? Auch in Salzburg. Dann weiter. Ich bin Peter. Wie heißt du? Michelle. Und dann woher kommst du? Ich komme aus Deutschland. Klar, verstanden? Haben Sie Fragen bis jetzt? Alles okay? Ja, klar. Danach machen wir die nächsten zwei Übungen. This conjugation you can leave. I think this we have done already. You can do diese Übung same. Okay? So ergänzen Sie die richtige Pronomen. Now remember, even when we have S klein, that is dritte Person feminine Sie, it will be written as capital at the beginning of the sentence just to follow the rule of punctuation. Okay, so when you're looking at it from a punctuation angle, that S is going to be capital doesn't mean it becomes formal. Okay, so just because I write that S in capital at the beginning of the sentence doesn't mean it is formal. You have to check what that S stands for. So it is feminine Z only, but if it is written at the beginning of the sentence, no, after the full stop or the first letter of every sentence, regardless, is going to be capital. So it is written in capital just because it's following the rule of punctuation. Okay, it doesn't make it formal Z. So remember that while solving with this exercise. So machen Sie das, danach diskutieren. Okay. Yeah, okay, fetish. Anybody still writing? Okay, yeah. Sollen wir beginnen? Okay. Ja. So Nico kommt aus Österreich. Er wohnt in Innsbruck. Okay, so this er stands for Nico. Okay, dann weiter. Wie heißt du? Ich heiße Maria. Okay, then was ist Vanessa? Sie kommt aus Deutschland. So this sie is dritte Person. Sie, okay. Sie kommt aus Deutschland. Okay. Dann weiter. Wo wohnen Sie? So this wo wohnen Sie? This Sie is formal Sie. In Bern. Klar? So this is technically Sie feminine. Okay. So this is Sie feminine that you have. It's only written here. The S is written here in capital because it is the starting of the sentence. That is, it's the first word of the sentence. If it was somewhere in the middle of the sentence, it would have still been small Z.
So,
Clear?
ma'am, if it was das is Aditya or something, it would be a con or
Yeah.
what?
Genau, yeah. So like the first sentence, na? Nico kommt aus Österreich, er wohnt. So Nico is then dritte Person maskulin, so this is er. Okay, clear? Also, so we have finished this. Okay, now we will go to the conjugations and the Satzstrukturen of some other verbs. Okay, so wir machen jetzt diese Übung A. Okay, welche Form ist richtig, kreuzen Sie an. Now, one thing that you need to remember whenever you are checking boxes, na, multiple choice in Deutsch. Okay, in Deutsch, you always have, okay, kreuzen Sie an as the question. So the question always tells you cross on the correct answer and not tick on the correct answer. Okay, now this is an actual system that is used. That is, we do not use checks, we don't put tick marks, we always put crosses. Okay, now this goes for your examinations also. So when you are marking your answers on your answer sheets, a lot of times they will ask you, okay, that is in the Goethe Prüfung and in the exams, no, they will ask you to cross on the correct answer. If you put a tick mark, that is, if you put a check like we do in English, that will not be considered. Okay, because there is no system of putting, or there is no system of checking boxes. We always put a cross. So like it is put up here now, if you will see, the question itself says kreuzen Sie an. So they have given three options. Ich, option 1 says heißen, heißt oder heiße, Pia. So the correct option here is ich heiße. Na? Ich, conjugation, ich endo. So ich heiße Pia. So it is crossed as, okay, as the correct answer. Okay. So do not tick on the correct answers, you have to cross the correct answers. Okay, that is why the question says kreuzen Sie an. Okay, that is, it says cross on the correct answer. Clear? So machen Sie das. Okay, danach diskutieren wir. So after you're done, we'll discuss the answers. Okay? Yeah. Ja, alle sind fertig. Okay. So die Antworten diskutieren wir jetzt. Okay. So, ja. Okay. So, ich heiße Pia. Ich und ich komme aus Hamburg. Okay. So Antwort here is komme. Okay. Ich komme. Dann weiter. Hamburg ist in Deutschland. Hamburg ist eine Stadt, no? It's a city. So this becomes dritter person feminine, die Stadt. Or Hamburg is a third person in general. No? You're mentioning it in a conversation. So Hamburg ist in Deutschland. Then weiter. Wo wohnst du? Okay. Ich wohne in Zürich. Okay, Zürich. Okay, so auf Deutsch sagt man Zürich. Dann, wer sind Sie? Okay, mein Name ist Nina Weber. Woher kommen Sie, Frau Weber? Aus Frankfurt. Klar? Verstanden? Alles okay? Anybody has any questions so far? Any doubts? Anything not clear, not understood? Okay. Danach gehen wir weiter. We'll go to the next exercise, where now we will be practicing W-Frage und Sätze. Okay, so wir üben das jetzt, bilden wir W-Frage und Sätze. So now if you see over here, they have given these statements, okay, in a jumbled order. Okay, the structure of the sentence or the question is not correct, or it's not given correctly. Plus you will see that the verbs are also not conjugated. Okay, so the Verben sind auch nicht konjugiert. Okay, so you have to make these or bring these in the correct order. Also, you will see there are two tables side by side. One, they have said Aussagesatz on top. Aussagesatz bedeutet Satz, that is a sentence. So was ist die Satzstruktur? If you see, there is a small highlight at position 2. Das heißt, das Verb besteht auf Position 2. So Beispiel Nummer 1, in Berlin wohne ich becomes ich wohne in Berlin. Okay, so wohnen is conjugated for ich, verb steht auf Position 2. So all the statements you can write it together on top. And then W-Frage. Okay, so Sie heißen wie. This is how it's given. Verb is Position 2, Reward Position 1. So the Frage here is wie heißen Sie. Okay, so you can conjugate the remaining and bring it in the correct order. Okay, danach diskutieren wir die Antwort. Okay, so machen Sie das. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay.
Ma'am, so we should just bring it in the right order while conjugating it.
Yeah, bringing in the right order and also conjugating. Okay, so
Okay.
the conjugations are not given, the verbs are given as it is. You all have to conjugate this.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, this is my first class. I don't understand anything.
It's okay, no worries. Okay, so you can just do a thing. You can check with the team, the UpGrad team, and ask you to share all the recordings of the previous classes with you. It's okay. Right now, you will not be able to understand because this is almost like a 13th class. So we have covered a few concepts for grammar, for basic sentence construction. Okay, so you can just ask the UpGrad team to send you all the recordings of the classes done so far. You should have 13 recordings including today's class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so just ask them and you can start from recording number 1. So if you go in that sequence, you will understand how we have proceeded with the course. And anytime you feel like you have any questions or you're not sure about anything, you can let me know. Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, alles in fertig? Yeah, anybody has any questions or anybody needs any more time? Still solving? You all can tell me if you all have not finished it. Okay, everybody is done? Shall we start? Okay, perfekt. So, erster 2 haben wir schon diskutiert. Okay, ja, dann jetzt machen wir dann die nächste Aufgabe. Okay, so wir gehen jetzt weiter. So, sein, wer, du. Okay, so das ist eine Frage first. So das ist wer. Sein Conjugation für zweite Person ist bist. Okay, and then weiter schreibt man du. So die Frage hier ist, wer bist du? Okay, then das ist Satz. Ich, Konjugation von kommen. Ne? So ich komme. Okay, so ich komme aus Moskau. Okay, ich komme aus Moskau. Klar? Perfekt. Dann Nummer 5 ist auch einen Satz. Das ist auch ein Satz. It's a sentence. Okay, ja. So das ist er heißt. Ne? Heißen, dritte Person Konjugation ist heißt. So er heißt Peter. Okay, das ist die Konjugation. Er heißt Peter. Okay, then next, this one becomes woher. Okay, woher kommst du? Klar? Also, so woher kommst du? Okay, das ist eine Frage, ne? It's a question. So this becomes, yeah. So das ist woher kommst du? Okay, then das ist nochmals ein Satz. Okay, sein Konjugation für dritte Person. So mein Name ist, okay, mein Name ist Nina. Okay, mein Name ist Nina. Okay, and then letzte Frage. Wo wohnst du? Ne? Das ist wo wohnst du? Klar? Also, gut. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far? Any doubts? That Strukturen, alles okay?
Ma'am, the question, I have a question.
Huh?
My
Yeah.
name is Nina, right? So for the Zion part, isn't AZS meant to be is like that confused me, but like I know it's my Name is Nina.
Mein Name is ein masculine nomen. Okay, so mein Name, you're referring to your name in terms of a third person. Okay, so
Okay.
Nama is their Nama. So what you're doing here is basically you are referring to your name, but you are referring to your name here in terms of a third person. So das ist eine dritte Person. Okay,
That's why it says.
so that is why bin, when you conjugate it to bin, it is only for ish. No other pronoun or no other noun can take the conjugation of bin. So if you are saying ish bin, so the a conjugate, that's your name, like ish comma, ish wohne, ish bin. So das ist immer mit ish. Okay, so mein Name comes to er technically because it's mein Name ist. Of course, we don't say er ist because it's a pronoun. But this is the dritte Person. Anything that you are mentioning, no, indirectly, that becomes a dritte Person. Okay, so that's why it is
Okay.
mein Name ist. Klar?
Thank you. That was the confusion. Thank you.
Okay, also, okay. Yeah. Now we will move on to the exercises for Konjugationen. Das heißt dann regelmäßige Verben und unregelmäßige Verben. Okay, so we have done regular verbs and irregular verbs. Na? So we will now move to the conjugations of those verbs. So there are mixed exercises. Okay, so we will do these. There are 3-4 exercises. We do these and then we will discuss. So just give me one moment. Share my screen and we can start. Okay. So we begin in here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Es gibt dir zwei Übungen. 1 second. Just properly share my screen first. Okay. Yeah. So sehen Sie das mal hier. Okay, so this we'll do later. Yeah. So, was ist richtig? Kreuzen Sie an. So now they have given you the statements, they have given you the options. You have to select the correct option and you have to cross it. Okay, so cross on the correct conjugation. The second exercise is ergänzen Sie bitte die Endung. That is, they have left the conjugation halfway. They have not completed the ending. Okay, so they have not given it the ending. Klar? So ergänzen Sie das. Okay, ergänzen Sie die richtige Endung. Klar? So machen Sie das, danach diskutieren wir die Antworten. Okay, so both these exercises you can do. Maybe after this we can take a short break if you want. Okay, and then we will continue. Okay, also, so machen Sie das, machen Sie das, danach diskutieren wir. Okay. Let me know once you finish it. Okay. Alles sind fertig? Darf jemand noch Zeit? Yeah? Should we discuss or no?
Ma'am, when explaining, can you emphasize on the sentences which have two people in it? Like when explaining.
So if you're referring to them indirectly, then you will just take their names. For second person, you will always need a pronoun. Okay, so we'll discuss that. Okay? Yeah. Shall we start? Anybody still solving? Needs more time? Yeah? Also. So if you see here, ish rise again. Okay, again is when you do something willingly, when you do something happily. Okay, it's just like an emoji. Okay, so ich mache etwas gern oder ich mache etwas nicht gern. Okay, so man sagt ja, ich reise gern. Then Tom kocht nicht gern. Tom is dritter Person maskulin, so er. Konjugation is kocht. Similarly, Nina is dritter Person feminin, das ist sie. So Nina singt sehr gern. Okay, then wir lesen nicht gern. Okay, now Tom und Marcus. Now you are mentioning or you are referring to two people together. So das ist sie Plural. Er, sie, es. Na? Das ist Singular. Aber wenn wir über diese Personen zusammen sprechen, ist das Plural. So Tom und Marcus. So die Konjugation hier ist spielen. Okay, Tom und Marcus spielen gern. Klar? Dann du joggst du gern, tanzen Sie gern, Frau Weber, formell. Then fotografiert ihr gern. Verstanden? Haben Sie Fragen? Anybody has any questions here? Alles okay? Ja? Okay, gut. Also, then weiter. Julia schwimmt gern. Same way. Nina und Julia joggen gern. So this is the plural. Okay, dritte Person Plural sie. So sie joggen gern. Nicholas geht gern ins Kino. Er tanzt gern. Nina und Niklas hören gern Musik. Okay, dann weiter. Fotografiert er gern. Dann ich singe nicht. Wir lesen. Okay, then kocht ihr gern. So ihr kocht, so te endo und dann reisen sie gern Herr Hansen. Klar? Verstanden? Now understood. So when you're mentioning somebody in a conversation, no, when you mention somebody in a conversation, let's say when you take their name, okay, if you're not using a pronoun to address them, means that you're not talking to that person. Okay, so usually an address which is made indirectly, that's always gonna be a third person. Is this clear? 100%. Any questions so far? Any doubts? Yeah, understood. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, okay. So wir machen jetzt eine kurze Pause. Okay. Und danach gehen wir weiter. So we'll just take a short break. Okay. And then we will continue with a couple of more exercises. Okay. So we might also stop early today because I don't plan to start with a new topic today itself. We'll do that then in the next class. Okay. So we have a couple of more exercises to go. I'll just finish them and then we can start. Klar? Also, so wir machen jetzt eine kurze Pause, danach arbeiten wir weiter. Okay? Yeah. So take a break by 7-8 minutes and then we'll continue. Yeah, everybody back? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I know your chats haven't been turned on today. I don't know why. Okay. So never mind. Everybody back? Yeah. Okay. Also. So wir machen jetzt dann die nächste Übung. Okay. Ja. So wir lernen oder wir konjugieren jetzt diese Verben. Okay. Ja. 1 second. Okay. So das. Okay. Bitte ergänzen Sie die Verben in der richtigen Form. Okay, so you see in the bracket they have given you certain verbs. Okay, now you have to conjugate these verbs correctly. Now, while using verbs, of course, we have to identify which verbs are regelmäßig, which verbs are unregelmäßig, how to conjugate them, where the stem will change, where it will not change. So of course this is gonna come with a little bit more practice. So when we keep on continuously practicing these verbs, of course you all will understand that. So right now, think if you can remember how we had done the conjugations, those videos that we had watched on conjugations, so on and so forth. So machen Sie das. Danach können wir die Antworten diskutieren. Okay? So do this, then we will discuss the answers. Okay? Yeah. Let me know once you complete it, then we'll discuss the answers. Okay? Ja, alle sind fertig. Okay.
Ein Moment.
Yeah, kein Problem. Wir warten. Okay. Finish it. Once all are done, only then we'll discuss. Okay. Wir warten noch einige. Ja, okay. Alle sind fertig. Okay. Ja, so wir diskutieren jetzt die Antworten. Moment. Ja. Okay. So ich höre gern Musik, aber ich lese nicht so gern. Okay. So hier ich lese nicht so gern. Klar? Denn und du liest du gern und tanzt du gern. Okay? Dann weiter. Andrea spielt gern Fußball und sie liest auch gern. So this sie here stands for Andrea. Okay? Andrea ist ein Nomen und sie hier ist das Pronomen. Ne? So sie liest auch gern. Okay, dann weiter. Sophie und Tom joggen nicht gern. Okay, das ist sie Plural. Aber sie schwimmen gern. So this here, okay, this sie is standing for Sophie und Tom. Okay, so Nummer 3, Andrea spielt und Andrea liest. So this becomes sie liest. Aber Sophie und Tom joggen und Sophie und Tom schwimmen. So this becomes sie schwimmen. Okay, dann weiter. Tom geht gern ins Kino und er hört gern Musik. Okay, dann weiter. Ihr, Markus und Peter, kocht ihr gern. Okay, dann wir reisen gern und wir reisen gern und wir fotografieren gern. Okay, same. Okay, and then weiter. Wer spricht Spanish? Na? Where is who? Okay, we learn this more in detail when we go ahead. Okay, where is who? So when you're addressing a third person, this is wer spricht. Na? So you're asking, okay, who is speaking? So wer spricht? So das ist dritter Person. Deshalb ist die Konjugation mit T. So wer spricht Spanisch? Okay. Also, so jetzt machen wir diese letzte Übung und danach können wir Schluss machen. We do this one last exercise and then we will stop. Okay, so you have to again bring these statements in the correct order. Okay, so konjugieren Sie bitte die Verben richtig und bringen Sie diese Sätze, okay, in diese richtige Reihenfolge. So construct the sentence here correctly. Klar? Also, so, ja. So machen Sie das, danach diskutieren wir. Okay? Ja. Also, fetish? Yeah? Shall we discuss? Okay. Alright. So let's start cover here. Okay. So Boris gern tanzen becomes Boris tanzt gern. Okay. Eva, dritte Person Konjugation. So Eva liest nicht so gern. Okay. Then weiter. Nina arbeitet. Remember ET. Okay. Arbeit Stamm ended with day. We add a. Na? So Nina arbeitet morgen. Okay. Then weiter. Eva und Nina reisen gern. Okay. Then Eva spricht gut Deutsch. Oder Deutsch gut is auch okay. Okay. So, yeah. So if you've written Eva spricht Deutsch gut, das ist auch okay. Also, dann weiter. Boris kocht nicht gern. Clear? Also, verstanden? Anybody has any questions so far? Any doubts? Okay. I'll put up.
Ma'am,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
in the third sentence, Naina arbeitet, we have to write am Morgan, right?
Huh. Am Morgan night. Morgan has two meanings. One meaning of morning. Am Morgan
Is
means
tomorrow and the yeah.
so this year arbeitet Morgan is you're using it as tomorrow. Okay. Am
But
Morgan
we have to
is
write
in the morning. Yeah.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Got it? So if it is
Yeah.
am Morgan, it's used as a noun. So usually when you say tomorrow, no, the M here is small. Okay. So that's a
Okay.
Ma'am, what is
Morgan.
the meaning of Abadan?
Arbeiten is to work. Okay. So if you write Morgans with S, that means mornings. But otherwise, Morgan means just tomorrow. Okay. Clear? Also. So I'll put up some extra exercises for y'all that y'all can solve as homework. Okay, this is just for the conjugation. So we have a folder na, where you have the document. In the same folder, I'll put up the homework worksheet. So I'll probably make a separate folder just for homework. Okay, so I'll put up some exercises there, some sheets there, which y'all can practice. If you have any questions, y'all can let me know in the class. Yeah, you have a question?
Ma'am, are we going to have our exams like this too? Like, will we be getting the verb Ryzen, Strashen?
No, exams are not going to be like that usually. So either you give the Goethe exam or you give the TELC exam. Exams are very application based. So you won't have questions like these, like fill in the blanks or match the following. I'm talking about standard exams. Huh? If you're giving any internal exam in some university or some school, then it's a different thing. But the standard exams that we have, that is the Goethe Institute exam or the TELC Institute exam, they are very application based. So I'll show you the format of the paper. So it's like reading, listening, writing, speaking. So they're not going to ask anything like this. So you just have to write like an email in the writing section. They have a new format now for the TELC exam, which has like a Spragbausteiner. So they'll probably give you a paragraph and there'll be multiple choice options. But it won't be like that. There won't be any match the following, or there won't be a grammatic section that is so lengthy. So these exercises that we are doing now, they are just training you, Bunkan. I'll show you the exam pattern.
What is Telco?
TELC is an exam that is there in Germany, offered by the German government. So if they have these Volkshochschule, that is VHS, so they offer, it's like a region or like an internal exam in the country, which is offered by the German government. So if you are in Germany, that is one exam that you can get. Otherwise, we have the Goethe exam, which is overall like international exam, so that you can give in
Okay.
Germany or anywhere. But these are like application based exams. So these kind of questions won't be asked. It's just for our practice that we are doing it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else? Any questions? Okay. Also, so yeah, ich denke, das ist alles then für heute. We can stop for now. So we will meet now on Friday, and Friday we will be starting with a new topic. Okay, so now we will be starting with the next grammar section. Okay, so you can just go through whatever we have done so far. If you have any questions or any doubts, any part that you want me to go over again, so you all can let me know. We will discuss it before we start with the new module, like the new section of grammar. Okay. Also, so yeah, that's the alles done. Okay, and I'll see you all on Friday. Okay. So yeah, das ist alles. Tschüss, bis Freitag. Ciao.
Ciao.
Auf Wiederhören.
Bye.
Auf
Gute Nacht.
Wiedersehen.
Ciao. Auf Wiederhören.
Bye,
Tschüss.
man.
Ciao.
Tschüss.
Ciao.
Leave all of this.